The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors. Listeners, beware. Come straight from the Mouths of Madness. I'm Lowdown. With me as always is
F.U. Hunter. What's up, you American-loving bitches? America.
Food Tubes.
Apple pie and fireworks. Oh, yeah. And some fucking force-fed food.
Food Tubes. Liquid
Food tubes,
food.
yeah.
Oh, dude, when they pulled that shit out and then like all that just came
Cum?
out, it was like around their lips.
It's baby food. Come on.
Oh,
That's baby.
gross.
That's baby food.
Oh,
Yep.
that's so nasty. Oh, all right.
Remember RoboCop?
Yeah.
This is baby food.
Yeah. I mean, but they made it look it tasted good. This shit, no.
I mean, maybe do they put hot dogs and shit in a blender and then shove that down so there's some kind of taste consistency?
I assume there was like a blended food that was going down there.
But are they following with what they're thinking they're eating?
I don't
know. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, maybe we should say what movie we're
Before we get into what film we're talking about, please, I want to ask you to like, comment, share, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff across the social webs. We greatly appreciate it. A little bit of click for you, but means a lot to the show and the network. So
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, on to tonight's episode. On the chopping block tonight, we've got another Into the Dark. This is the 2019 film Culture Shock in lieu of Independence Day.
Yep.
I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. I know we're coming to you a few days past that, but, is what it is.
Yeah.
But
hopefully it was good. You saw some shit or,
ate some shit. I hope you ate some shit. You should have eaten some shit.
Pull a what's the player from the Giants? Lose a couple fingers
JPP,
in the process.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
JPP, man. All right.
Hopefully you were safe for those fireworks, unlike millionaire NFL players.
Seriously, dude, how do you fuck your digits up, bro? Anyway, this is season 1, episode 10, and July something is when it aired. I don't remember right offhand.
And I'll say this is another one of the Into the Darks where they corner the market because I don't know a lot of 4th of July themed horror movies. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's this one really was Uncle Sam.
I fucking knew you were going to say Uncle Sam.
It's terrible.
And you know what? I don't know where we lean on it. I sort of count as 4th of July just because of the timing. Return of the Living Dead. Yeah. That gets it by proxy and Jaws. Yeah.
Because that actually happens on 4th of July.
That's true.
So, but yeah, no, the Return of the Living Dead, the intro, screen says July 3rd.
That's about it. There's no other like look, the zombies get distracted by fireworks or something.
And in that, it never even clicked really that the ending nuclear drop was an amazing set of fireworks that happened on the 4th.
Yep.
Remember, the movie started on the 3rd, went overnight another Into the Dark we got going on here, and this movie, it's not a horror until about halfway through. I mean, I guess you could say it is, but it's more realistic.
I would almost lean into kind of not going heavy on this, but like a light Cronenberg horror. Things are just a little off, There's not that like body kind of shit, but just where things are a little creepy and weird and kind of build up, like that kind of Cronenberg.
See, all I got in the first, I'd say roughly hour, 45 minutes or so, because it's like an hour and a half, was when she's trying to get to America.
Yeah,
it just seemed like they were trying to just show the most accurate depiction of illegally how dangerous how dangerous it is to cross a desert.
I'm just saying
difficult, yeah, but dangerous.
Her first attempt, she's raped.
Yeah.
And second, after that, and the dude that pretty much was responsible for setting that up for her safety, she has to go back to, not the guy who raped her, but the guy that she goes to the first time. He's like, yeah, it'll be the same price.
God, you bitch,
but you
motherfucker.
Fucked me over.
Yeah, dude.
I got fucked over, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is a fucking scumbag that she has to deal with to try to get over the border.
Yeah. Now, and I guess for some reason, I just didn't feel like that was exaggerated. I just felt like that's probably everybody's vulnerable.
Yeah.
In that scenario, except for the people that are controlling.
Oh, I mean, they're just taking advantage of the most desperate people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So to me, I guess you can call that horror. It's just horror of reality.
Yeah.
If you want to call it that. But I didn't think something was off. It just seemed like everything's off because that's a horrible situation.
Well, I think that also sets up this is how desperate and how much she wants to go, is that even after such a shitty first attempt,
Yeah.
she's like, I'm going to deal with the same shitty people, except this time I'm like 8 months fucking pregnant doing this shit.
Yeah. From the rape, I believe, of the first time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, oh.
But she's not like, let me wait this bitch out. She's like, I'm going now. And everybody's like, you're like days away possibly from like, you probably don't want to do that. It's not like
you don't
just
want to run across the desert,
Yeah.
Snakes and, apparently not even Border Patrol, cartel.
fucking cartel.
Fucking
Damn.
Who just like to hunt humans across the desert.
And I was thinking for a minute when they show like the main guy that's leading them over the border, he stops and he hears and he's like, wait, who is this? And then it's like, oh fuck, it's a cartel. Like if it's a Border Patrol, it's like, okay, well.
But see, they put at a certain point in that scene, I remember that. I'm like, when he said you hear that and you hear vehicles, and I'm like, oh fuck, Border Patrol. But they hold on to the scene. Like everyone thinks getting ready to move because Border Patrol, right? But he's just like, no, don't fucking move. Like he's more scared of them.
And that's what I'm saying. Is you can tell. I thought that was really well
there was
shot.
Some weight on the
he
scene.
has that flashlight, kind of like on his face, and you can see once he realizes that's not Border. You can see he's like, oh fuck. He said, if I say run, fucking run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like so. Okay, that eerie part of it was kind of unexpected because the fucking cartel. You don't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
And then they're like I said, they're just hunting humans. They shoot a kid in the head. Nah.
Yeah, they just fucking blow people. Yeah,
fucking murdering people.
They're not like you expect to see this long conversation. They're just like, okay, you're out of the truck and shoot you, and then fucking kid reacting like, oh shit, like, dude all you have to do is not say anything, and you pass.
And he failed hard. So
That's always hard. I know it's some fucked up shit, but when characters are hiding and then they go, oh, it's like, just don't do that. Like, stop.
Mm-hmm.
The reaction, you don't have to react audibly.
Well, no, obviously it clearly comes down to just the adrenaline. And
I know.
They can't control their breathing.
I'm with those characters, and I'm like, motherfucker, if you just didn't do that.
Slow your heart down.
Yeah.
Try to breathe. Because that means stay alive.
Yeah.
Sitting there like you just got done doing you just sprinted. Like that's not helping you.
Yeah. I had one time where my stomach betrayed me though, where I was hiding from somebody and I was hiding somewhere and my stomach went and I got fucking busted. I was like, seriously? Seriously? I didn't say shit. My body gave me away.
Your stomach's probably angry. It was like food.
Yeah.
Anyway, so of course, like the movie starts to get violent here. It was a little violent early on but not like talking about this. Gets violent and then they get chased by the cartel and it's weird. They get captured and then that's it. This is black. The screen goes black, and this is where now to me it turns into a horror movie.
Yeah. Well, our first image after that is what's the main chick's name in this? Marta.
She was in.
I think it was Marta.
Marta. She's Marisol.
Marisol. Okay.
Yeah.
First thing Marisol sees after they make it to the Border Patrol goes black, and then first thing is a familiar face to the horror community.
Yes.
Right there in her face.
A beautiful Barbara Crampton.
Yep.
Oh man.
And it's all bright and sunny, and she's just like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, but it doesn't blink. I don't know if that was directed choices or choices she made for the character. But if you notice, like her character Betty doesn't blink.
Oh yeah,
and her eyes are just like bloodshot. The more you see her, like insane. It's awesome. It's good choices. Good choices.
It's a beautiful day today.
Yeah.
It's another beautiful day.
Just a giant smiling face.
Yeah. Again, this is where, all right, so we get into, what's the name of the town?
Joy, right?
Cape Joy or something?
Cape Joy, that's it.
Cape Joy. And it's, the best way to describe it is a smaller version of the town in Truman Show.
That's
very
a good point.
sunny, picket fence, and everybody's
dead
smiling.
Center of town. There's a gazebo
It's
and
like
a park.
It's a blend of that, and then everybody in there looks like if anybody's seen the Black Hole Sun video, all the motherfuckers in that, they're all smiling before they get distorted, but just everybody's haircut, like hair pulled back, like everybody's like clean cut, dressed and bright colored,
a lot of pastel.
A lot of pastel. Yep.
Yeah, and it is straight out of like 1950s. Like you think like when Marty went back in 1955, it looked like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Things just get weird, right? I mean, she's not. Her
Well,
baby's
she finds
gone.
out. She finds out like, hey, you were out for a while. You had your baby, and like you had your baby, and you're in this town, and this is where you're gonna stay for a while. Like this, like America they've taken a new policy that we want to have people get into the American culture and stay in this town to get used to everything before they move on. Like, okay, it seems much nicer than what I've ever heard before, but okay.
Yeah.
And then everybody, and you see a lot of immigrants or people that were with her, and then other people where they came from some of the
on the same trip over.
Yeah.
There's multiple people. Yeah.
And there's them, and then usually some people with them that we don't recognize, but it's just this happy town and they're getting ready for a 4th of July celebration.
Yeah.
It's so Americana.
Yeah. And then she ends up going through a glitch at dinner that night, and no, she went through a glitch that same time at the gazebo because she was getting like some transmission, like
some
static.
kind of interference. And then she has the talk with the kid who is like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And she's like, "You don't remember me from?"
No.
And he's like, and she starts singing or doing the Legions,
the song. Yeah.
and he like looks for a minute like, oh shit, but then like the teacher blocks him out, and he's like, "Hi, nice to meet you." Like so everybody's kind of programmed like, don't get distracted. Kind of, this is kind of a blend, I would say, this movie of like Get Out and Matrix.
Yeah.
Too. Like that kind of, like
they're in the sunken place straight up. Like,
yeah.
And then, but like I said, she had glitched, and then she comes back, and now they're not letting, like, Betty's not letting her hold the baby. Like, there's really weird things start to happen, and that's the night when she makes it to the dinner. That's when the guy stabs himself.
Yeah. Yeah, because she sees God damn, I can't think of his name, but one of the guys that was with her that was kind of protecting her through trying to get to the border, and she starts bringing up stuff to kind of remind him, and I guess the program is like, all right, well, let's fuck with her and make this just a bad dream. So he gets up and grabs a knife where they're sitting, just starts stabbing himself, and then like she wakes up like, oh man, that was a weird dream I just had.
Yeah. And then, as she notices weird stuff kind of happening throughout the town, and then she follows Iceman.
Oh, we haven't even brought up Iceman, have we? Yeah, motherfucking Iceman from the X-Men movies.
Yeah, he's like and
we checked. It's him, not the twin.
Not the twin. But like he goes around the corner into the neighborhood and walks. She finds the border of where the reality is, and
they're always lazy with this shit, man. Like they have to have. Well, he has to come in and out, so that's his little gateway. And I guess most people just don't pay attention to. He walks and then just disappears.
Yeah.
But she had already been like, some weird ass shit going on. Let me just follow the motherfucker. Sees him go out. So then she's like, all right, I'm gonna take that same path. And that's where she took the red pill.
Yeah.
Where she goes to the pathway and wakes up fucking on a bed, fucking strapped down with a fucking visor that is virtual reality and a tube in her fucking mouth.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. And then we're into the actual reality, which is there is a program where they're grabbing everybody at the border and fucking knocking them out. And hooking them up
in a way to like quell population control, I guess is what the doctor
cheaper
uses.
Than prison
cheaper
is what
than
they
prison,
said. Yeah, is that if they just don't even know where they, that they're being held, they just think they've already succeeded and they're enjoying the American dream. And
what the fuck? Yeah,
and they literally talk about how like kids because as she wakes up, Iceman notices, but kind of keeps a secret, and then the main doctor, motherfucking Creed from goddamn Office, shows up as main doctor bad guy.
Yeah.
I was happy as shit. I loved his character on The Office, by the way, so it was cool to see him.
And clearly it was that age doctor. Like everything about the town screams somebody that was, old.
Yeah.
Like the town he created, like that, I mean.
But he also.
Like Iceman wouldn't have created a town like that.
At first he's like, like he's almost pretending like it's good intentions. Like, I helped out and this is the best way for it. But then he's like, but I mean, they get out and fucking kill every one of these motherfuckers. And you're like, oh, okay, well, those intentions don't seem so good. And then Iceman's telling him about, hey, I don't know if this kid's going to make it. And he goes, yeah, the kids just can't seem to handle the drugs. They usually die after the first 2 days. And you're like,
what the fuck?
Maybe stop fucking hooking them up to this shit. But they're like, oh, well, like to them. Nobody's gonna miss them. And that's fucked up.
It's horrible. Yeah, fucking terrible. And then so her and Badass Dude, who, by the way, because I hadn't watched the series at the time, but he is one of the main characters in the Mayans.
Okay.
He's really good on that show too. So yeah, and they start working a plan to basically break out of that.
Yeah.
And that was really funny. Like we talked for the episode about where she starts fucking with the program about dessert, and it's not, and it's just simply as something as simple as I don't want dessert. Fuck that whole shit up. It's like it was either one or the other, and you're supposed to pick one. And nope, I just don't want dessert.
Well, before that, I will say that they figure out that she's kind of fucking with the program and trying to find loopholes, and so they have their own little kind of punishment for that. I thought that was kind of crazy, where if they get to a certain point and they find the exit, they change the exit to a continuous loop.
Oh, that was
drives them fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of that was kind of cool.
Keeps running in a fucking circle.
Keeps in a circle over and over again. I thought it was kind of cool that like they actually do have an answer if someone does what she does. Like well then you know what, make her go crazy for an hour.
Yeah, once she said she didn't want dessert, it just threw that particular AI into fucking just lockdown.
And that scene is also when right before she's fucking with her dessert, they're all having their 4th of July, dinner, and they're all the whole town is in one fucking giant, because that's how everybody does. They all meet up and eat together, but they're all eating fucking hot dogs and shit like that, crunch it down, and then we get a real rural perspective with those fucking hoses shoving fucking shit down their throats, and they're thinking in this reality that they're eating this food, and we see that it's just like shoving
black
the baby
liquid, man. Yeah. It's so gross, dude. So terrible.
And their faces, by the way, as they're eating, it's not like, I'm enjoying this food. Again, it's like fucking Black Hole Sun video where they're like the biggest fucking like grins and like just looks crazy. It looks fucking crazy.
Yeah. And so then she gets up and sings the national anthem, and to kind of, once the glitch happens, because that opens up like a break in the system, and she's able to like start singing that, and that's trying to wake all the rest of them up.
Yeah. And she learns from, because again, Iceman starts being like, this shit's fucking, this is something.
Well, Iceman ends up helping.
Yeah, I was saying this. He realizes there's something wrong in Denmark with this shit, right?
Up, like, this shit's fucked up.
So he pretty much kind of he's telling her like, if you hear the dogs in the background, that means the system's down or something's gotten fucked up. So she knows that. So then she's like, all right, fuck this. We're getting the fuck out of here. So, and she realizes that national anthem thing even got people like, that seems weird, and fucks with the AI. Because I guess we didn't bring up is that Barbara Crampton and a bunch of other ones, they're all AI programs.
Yeah.
Kind of babysitting everybody. So if someone's like, well, that's weird. He goes, that's not weird at all. Here, enjoy your breakfast. That's not weird at all. What a beautiful day. Like cutting them off almost. Like everything's always like, oh, that's unnecessary. Don't look at that. Look over here.
Yeah.
But then she's like, all right, fuck this. We're getting the fuck out of here. And then she's like, all right.
Yeah.
Baby pains. Because we also find out she ain't had the kid yet.
No. She wakes up. Her water broke. Oh, and then she runs into the dude who fucking raped her. And he's asking for her help.
Yeah.
Then he's all nice, shit. And then he's back to his shitbag self. Remember, she's having like, we didn't mention, she's had like obviously trauma results from that, where she has nightmares about that dude.
Yeah.
So when she sees him, and then she choked the shit out of him.
We find that
was awesome.
We find that Creed, by the way, is kind of like she's his number one subject, because they haven't had someone pregnant in this whole experimental thing.
Trying to see
so
how
he's like,
works,
I want to see how it works, And the Eisenman's like, you might cause a stillborn with the drugs we're giving them to keep them under. And he's like, we'll see. Like, so when they get the fuck, she gets water breaks. That reaction causes everybody to wake the fuck up and distract. Well, it also distracts. So fucking homeboy finds the way out. He gets out, gets her up, and then everybody starts waking up. So, and that's where we get to the most violent part of this fucking movie.
Yeah, like, so she chokes the homeboy with his own food tubes, and badass guys stabs the shit out of a bunch of people. That shit was awesome.
Yeah. By the way, the dude that raped her, that she fucking kills eventually at the end with the tube, she's not very smart, because he's like, oh, because she gave birth. That's his fucking kid. And he's like, oh, that's mine. He's like, well, let me see him. Well, wait, why haven't you let me out yet? And she's like, debatable. And then instantly he becomes asshole. He's like, you fucking better show me that whore, baby. And like, dude, you're still tied up. Man.
I will find you and kill you. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
You're showing cards a little early.
You're
still tied up. So guess what? Yeah, you deserve to die, motherfucker.
Exactly.
But you know what's kind of fucked up? She literally murdered that kid's dad right in front of him. His first in this world thing is being witness to the murder of his dad. All right,
that he'll never remember.
He'll never remember.
Awesome, dude.
But dude, badass motherfucker from earlier.
You say he stabs the fuck out of him.
Nightclub,
dude.
The nightstick.
Oh, the nightstick down the throat. Yes, sir.
Because they have their henchmen they send in there. Kind of weak. You figure they'd have more than like 5 guys, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody woke up, so they're like, hit the alarm, send everybody in. And one of them has a nightstick. Badass motherfucker gets a nightstick, puts it in his mouth, and then let's hammer that bitch in. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you heard the crunch, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Right down the throat. Oh, sucking
fucking Iceman takes out fucking Creed.
Yeah.
Because Creed's like, I'm
out.
Yeah. Well, he's just like, oh, they're all waking up? He pretty much like, all the guards, go in there, kill every motherfucker, headshot that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And Iceman's like,
no.
Really? Like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. And he helped them all get out. And yeah, I mean, that basically they all get out and they get to see the fireworks. And then,
that's how they know to make the choice of which way is going to United States and which way is back to Mexico. Because the place is right on the fucking border.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's where she's like, you know what? I've been just enough Americana. Been back.
Yeah.
Bend the fuck back, you know? Bend the fuck back.
And then the cool thing at the end with the news clips showing all the all the exposure to the mule and all the runs. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that about wraps it up for Culture Shock. But before we give you our final verdict, listen to what's happening in the GUI network.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
2 men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
Join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're going to fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
embrace the madness.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots.
FU Hunter.
Your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May the schlock be with you.
All right, and you can find every one of those shows you just heard trailers for on GUIPodcast.com. And while you're there, you should go to our links page and go to click our T Public link and go. I mean, they literally had a sale.
Much.
I mean, like
they should have another sale or end of the 4th of July, beginning of another holiday, or just
the post-independence. I don't know, whatever.
The 3rd week in July
there we
sale.
Go. That's what they do. So and there's tons of designs. And coming soon, we're gonna have the spookies back up.
Oh shit!
We usually put those up sometime in August.
Yep.
Because everyone's ready for that fall season. Because right now it is swamp ass. We have failed to mention that the meter it's gross.
It went from barely noticeable to
it went from awesome weather where it was like dry heat and it was cool in the evening to fuck this.
Yeah.
That's what. Anyway, we haven't bitched about that in a while.
Because we haven't had to.
We haven't had to.
We haven't bitched about it because it hasn't been a problem.
So that's where we're at. But I mean, they've got tanks, T-shirts, tons of
Tote
stuff.
bags.
Yep, tote bags. Yep.
Yeah.
I was actually letting you.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
You did. I just thought you forgot for a second,
No.
or you weren't quick to the draw. So
No, I was giving you something.
Oh,
She
well.
sounded so depressed when I edited the last episode.
yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah.
I like
So
tote bags.
yeah, please check out all that. Buy some of our merch, stickers, magnets, whatever. It'd be awesome to see somebody rocking something from the GUI network. And now, it passed for me. It was good. It's rewatchable.
Yeah.
Because even before the real horror kind of takes in, that sci-fi horror aspect kicks in, like it was still like it drew your attention, kept you wanting to watch
Say
it.
this
Right?
is probably my top 4th of July horror movie.
What? I mean, motherfucker. So,
But on a serious note, this actually had the different effect of when I watched When They Come Knocking,
yeah.
where I enjoyed the first time. That second viewing kind of hurt it. This one, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like overly impressed. That second viewing, and I don't know if there's just stuff I forgot, or with him like getting up and stabbing himself, or just kind of just how hardcore like the feeding tubes and like the fucking
and the
nightstick kill.
Yeah, dude.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this much more than the first time.
Yeah, man.
And so it passes for me. And I mean, it's one of those I'll probably watch again. Like it's not like something that you have to see, but it flows fairly well. And again,
Yeah.
Barbara Crampton, you got some some big names
You got
in
people
this.
you know in it, not all necessarily from horror, but there's people that you know in it. And like, yeah, if for anything, Barbara Crampton does give an amazing performance. So please, if you're fans of Barbara Crampton, you definitely want to watch it. We still need to do the was it Jacob's Wife? She's
That's
like a
right.
vampire. We still need to do that. That was
Yeah.
one of her. I think she's been in something, or like 2 or 3 things since then. But I think that was like the last main where she's like,
this was a
the lead.
surprise. I knew I liked it the first time, but it was definitely not on my like top tier of those movies. Definitely went way up the second time.
Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed this, and I enjoyed the story it told. It's clearly a satire on ongoing
Mm-hmm.
things. So keep that in mind, as well. Like, it's source material, basically. So, it survived the chopping block. Season 1, episode, what did I say, 10? Something like that.
Yeah.
Into the Dark on Hulu. Check it out. And until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.